Hey everybody, Hunter Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and just a country cook, Steve Hall, here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila on that camera. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Look who I got over here.
I see that.
Performed on our television show. He tours all over the world, Atlantic City to Montreal, Canada. I pulled him in off the road to cook with us today. Alan Edwards. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
It's good to have you here. Where you been touring?
Well, we just got done. I came in from Indianapolis, Indiana. I was doing some shows in Indianapolis at the Marriott, and we were on 65, and I said, well, I gotta come.
And so what I did is I put this together. I don't know if you have any German blood in you or not, but we're going to make Schnitzel today. Now, Schnitzel is traditionally made from veal, okay?
Okay.
But we're going to make it from pork. And you can make it from pork or chicken or turkey, anything. Basically, it is a breaded pork cutlet. We're going to hammer it out. You're going to.
I'm gonna hammer it.
I'm going to put you to work today. and see if it's made in Germany or in Austria and you use that, then you can call it Wiener Schnitzel. But we're just going to make a Schnitzel. Sheila's going to come over here and get a close-up. And I bought this little unit right here just for you so you can pound the Schnitzel. Sheila, come on over. Let's get started on this recipe. Now, we're going to use pork loin today, which is a bigger piece of meat than a pork tenderloin. But if you got a family of 4, pork tenderloin is perfect. You can cut it in half and cut each half in half, stand it on end and pound it out. It works perfect. But I want to use the rest of this pork for another recipe. So I went ahead and got a pork loin roast, which is, you don't want the whole great big thing. I just got a chunk of it. And all right, Alan, what we want to do is have you start pounding that out flat. Looking good.
Little tenderizer.
Yeah, it's going to get it flatter and flatter. Now, you want to get it down to about, right at about 1/4 of an inch. Now, see, some restaurants are crazy about great big huge schnitzel. They'll cut like a big chunk and then butterfly it and hammer it out. You're doing great there, young lad. All right.
Oh, these are my thumb, right?
I'm telling you, a little harder in the center and see if we can work that out towards the edges. All right, and a little more over here, and I think we're looking.
We're pretty close, aren't we?
We are pretty close. All right, we'll take that one and move it off to the side over here. And I don't know where the rest of my cellophane is. There it is. I got another piece over here for this other chunk. And if you want to unwrap that and throw it in that little platter there, we're going to season it up.
Yeah, that's what I went forward to seeing.
Perfect. All right, got one more for you. You thought you were getting off light, but that ain't going to happen.
Oh, that's all right.
Boy, it's good to see you. And you are such a great entertainer. I know we're not on camera, our faces right now, but I got to tell you, what I consider you as an entertainer is, man, you're just smooth.
Well,
you do a lot of traditional stuff, big band, orchestra kind of stuff. And we're going to tell everybody how to get a hold of your show later on. But let's get to...
I got to tell you, last night we were in Indianapolis playing, and I thought of you since we were going to see, and I did All of Me as the opening song.
Thank you.
I sure did. Favorite song.
It is my favorite song that he does. All right. I know Sheila wants everything centered, so watch my fingers. There you go. Now pound her up.
You better watch.
I see that. You know, I've been doing this schnitzel for about 4 years now, so get it. Never mind. It's
coming.
all right. Hammer it out there. You're looking good. Don't be afraid to put the power to it.
Now, what will this do, actually?
What you want to do is you want to get it thin enough so that when you bread it and fry it, it doesn't take so long to get done in the middle.
I gotcha.
Okay, now some of them pound the schnitzel out to where you can almost read a newspaper through it, and that's, you know, that's fine, but I think this is thin enough because that way it's easier for the meat to stay together.
Right.
All right, let's go ahead and put that one over
good.
there. Great job. This thing cost me $14.95. I'm telling you what. Then we're going to bring that back front and center. Now, in most cases, you have 3 of these platters, okay?
Yeah.
You've got, you know, one for your flour, one for your egg mixture, and one for your breading, your breadcrumbs. But we're going to save our flour and stuff because we're going to just sprinkle some on here like this. And you're going to pat it on there. Just kind of rub that around and pat it down real good. Yeah, just get your fingers involved here. Don't worry about it. That's why I had you wash up before we got started.
Right.
Looking good.
Felt like a doctor when you came in.
There you go. A little more. All right, and turn it over and we'll do the other side. All right, and the same thing now with our egg mixture. We're not going to do a whole bunch of eggs and ruin a bunch of them because them chickens work too hard, so I'll show you what we're going to do in just a second. You're looking great
Man,
here.
like
For somebody that's never cooked before, you're looking great there, Alan.
Pop-Tarts are my specialty.
Okay, Pop-Tarts. All right. Well, Sheila, get a wide shot because I want to show them something. Now, I'm going to use a technique that I use when I make venison steak because a lot of people season their flour, but most of the seasoning falls off, right?
Right.
And some people season the breadcrumbs, but we're going to season the eggs. And we're only going to use 3 of them so we don't waste a whole bunch of them in a big bowl. And then in this blender, I love to use a blender when I'm making dredge for this stuff. In here is a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Make sure you use the powders, not the salts. So I'm going to really season up this egg. And then we're going to pour it in here, and we're going to get your fingers really sticky. Now, I'll let you have a break and go in the kitchen and wash your hands in a second, okay? All right, sounds good. All right, here we go. I'm going to pour this in here, and if you will, just kind of bathe them in that a little bit. There you go. Turn them over and get it on both sides. And now see, our eggs are seasoned, so we don't have to worry about that falling off.
Yeah, that's...
Turn them over. Let me do the other side for you here. So we put flour in there first. That's about all the egg we'll need. And now, scoot that over to that side. Okay, scoot it over to the side. And now take it out of there and put it right in the breadcrumbs.
All right, here we come.
Yeah, put it in there. Dig some from the side and put on top. And don't be afraid to mash it. Don't rub it so much as you want to pat this here. Yeah, just mash it down good.
Okay.
Press her down good and solid. Beautiful
Turn
thing.
it over.
Yeah,
the
you
way.
can do that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's calling out for it. Looking great. All right, we'll pop that on this plate over here.
All right.
And do your other one.
You can move that plate closer to you.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to get a close-up, by the way.
My wife's going to be so impressed.
Really?
I ain't kidding you.
That
She
you're
just said,
doing this, you mean?
He's been hiding that on me.
You know, this is a mistake.
It's a
Because
big
once you
mistake.
start cooking, now you're going to have to go home and cook. You do realize that, don't you? You know, marriage is like a deck of cards. You know, at the beginning, all you need is 2 hearts and a diamond. At the end of the marriage, all you need is a club and a spade. You know what I'm saying? So put this over here.
My girl's favorite saying was, where there's smoke, there's daddy's cooking.
Yeah, really, exactly.
This is working out great.
All right, now here's the trick to this. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes so this breading really sticks to these pork cutlets, and we'll be back in a second to show you our next step. All right, I let Alan sneak in the kitchen and wash his fingers up because he was pretty sticky there for a little bit. Now we're going to make a gravy to go on top of our schnitzel when it's done, okay?
Okay.
And before I even get into this recipe, how do people get a hold of your show? What is your website?
It's AlanEdwardsTheSinger.com.
AlanEdwardsTheSinger.com. There it is across the bottom of the screen right there. Make sure you check it out. You can see videos on there of him performing. The guy is just smoother than a ball-bearing mousetrap. I mean, you just revolutionize that style of music in today's genre. You're completely different than any other entertainer, but everybody loves what you do. And I'm just a big Alan Edwards fan. You can probably notice that. But Sheila, come on over here. Let's get started on this gravy. What do you say? And I'm going to make him do all the stirring.
Hey.
You know, Alan, one of the biggest compliments we get is people say, you always describe everything in detail. It makes it easy for us. So when you see the butter, it'll have some little lines for teaspoons and some bigger lines for tablespoons. Just go to the 3rd line, cut it off, and that's what you got. Dump it in the pan there. We're going to start with 3 tablespoons of butter. Kind of melt that around. And we're going to add some vegetables to this. I got some green onions that we're going to dump in there.
Just kind of move it around.
Yeah,
huh?
you're doing good. Just stir it around. And now I'm going to give you something else to stir around with it. Whoop. That took a dive in there, didn't it? All right, you're doing good. Now, I'll see if I can put my next ingredient in here without throwing the cup and all in. This is a jalapeno pepper. Now, don't use diced jalapenos out of the jar. They're simply too hot. Use the ones out of the store that are, you know, over in the produce section. Just pick up a jalapeno, cut the outside off, leave all the seeds and the stems inside, and we're going to dump in about 2 tablespoons, which is actually about the outside of 1 jalapeno. And they're not really that hot if you buy the ones I was talking about. Let's soften them up a little bit. We'll have Alan stir this around some.
It smells good just standing here.
It does smell good, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
You know, you're talking about all them wives and stuff being proud of you, does it? You know, my ex-wife told me one time, she said, man, this broom is giving me all kinds of, you know, blisters on my hands. I said, well, next time take the car. I'm going to get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? You're looking good. Now, we don't really want to do anything other than just kind of soften these, and I think you've reached that point. I had some bacon this morning left over. Hey, pork loin and bacon, they both come from the same pig, so we'll throw a little bacon in there. And you know that flour that we saved because we didn't use a whole bunch of it? We're going to make a roux. Do you know what a roux is?
No, I don't.
A roux, and I was, you know, educated early on when I started doing a lot of Southern cooking and a lot of Cajun cooking. Roux is 50% butter, 50% flour, or 50% oil, 50% flour, or 50% grease. In other words, you just go 50-50. So we got about 3 tablespoons. We'll do a little at a time, about a tablespoon at a time, and it's going to start thickening. And you just take that, and it's called, you can make a roux, and the more you cook it, the darker it gets. So we're not going to go real dark with this, we just want to make a gravy. I'll give you another tablespoon of flour. All right, remember we got 3 tablespoons of butter in there, right?
Yeah.
So to make our roux, we really want to use 3 tablespoons of flour.
Okay.
That's how we get the roux, is even it up.
Yeah, it is thickening up.
It is doing good. Oh, we just wait. All right, here's your last little tablespoon. All right, and we're going to stir that for a little bit. Going to kind of cook that for about, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because you never want to burn your roux. Always go low and slow, no higher than about medium when you're making a roux. And you're looking great, Alan. Gee whiz, you're doing good on this recipe. I'm telling you what. It's just great to have you in the kitchen here. Who's that young lady sitting over there smiling at us?
That's my manager, Vicky. Vicky Evenson. She's been with me for 9 years now.
I know it, and she's been on the phone with me saying, we got to get Alan in the kitchen with you. That'd be a lot of fun, and I said, absolutely. Hi, Vicki, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Is there something we're
And
forgetting?
you're doing wonderful.
Oh, well, okay, all
I
right.
tell you, that really smells
It
great.
does, doesn't it smell great? It does smell fantastic. You're doing a great job, Alan.
Well, thank you,
You know, my problem is, folks, I get so wound up about recipe stuff that I talk too much. So I want to ask him a couple of questions, give him a chance to do some talking. You got a big cruise coming up here.
We do. I'll tell you a little bit about the whole month. December is like an unbelievable month. You know, Minnesota's your land.
Yes.
And I'm doing a big Christmas production show up in Minnesota, up in your area.
You did that last year
Yeah.
and the year before,
Yeah,
actually.
3 years in a row we've been up
Wow,
there.
that's fantastic.
So we're doing that on December 1st, and then we're heading off. I'm going to be in Buenos Aires. I'm going to be on the Oceana with a 7-piece orchestra, and we're doing a big cruise for them for the Christmas time. I'll be out there 7 days performing.
Wow.
And,
Are you going to do more than one show?
Yes, yeah, we'll be doing several shows.
Fantastic. Now, you said you're going to be in Minnesota December 1st.
Yes.
Make sure you sing happy birthday to me because that's my birthday.
Is that your birthday?
Yes.
Oh, I will absolutely do that. Yes.
So you're going to be in Minnesota, then you're going to go on a big cruise ship. Now, don't let this stuff burn. Let's get back to cooking right now, and then we're going to talk to you about some other things coming up, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Now, Alan, we're going to make our gravy, and you're not going to believe how you can add milk to this, and it's going to get thick. And here's how you keep from getting lumps. You want a hot roux and a cold milk.
Okay.
All right, and we're going to pour that in there a little bit. Watch when you stir that. Go ahead and stir that and watch that thicken up. You won't believe how thick that'll get in just no time flat.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Look at that.
It almost turns into a paste, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Needs a little more milk. We're going to end up putting about 2 cups of milk in this and making a gravy that's so good. And again, like I said, it's a hoot to have you here. And, you know, we just passed 83,000 subscribers on our channel, 280 recipes, and number 281 is going to be how to make schnitzel with special guest Alan Edwards.
How good is that?
That
I'll
is
tell
just
you.
finer than frog here. Let me turn this heat down a little bit more now that we got her simmering.
Yeah, look at that, Steve.
Isn't that looking good?
That looks amazing.
Just about perfect. I should hit that with just a little bit of pepper on top.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, when you get that aroma on this side, it's amazing.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Here's that little bit of pepper on top. Now, every time I bring a shaker over here and go with a little pepper, everybody at home sends me emails to shotgunredcompany@yahoo.com. Man, you should be using fresh ground black pepper. They all, you know, hey, I let them do whatever they want, but me, you know me, I'm too lazy. I just grab the shaker and hit it. And isn't that just wonderful?
It is amazing.
Now you
It
know how to
is.
make sausage gravy when you get it home. Do the same thing. Then you'd want to use bacon grease. Bacon grease, like 3 or 4 tablespoons of bacon grease, 3 or 4 tablespoons of flour. Get it going together, cook it.
Right.
You always want to cook the flour for about 5 minutes so you don't get that flour taste. Then add your milk, then throw in some sausage that's already browned up. You pour that over biscuits and the neighbors will never leave your house. Now, Sheila, if you'll hand me that little gravy boat right over there, we're going to put our gravy in that gravy boat, and then we'll heat it up in the microwave a little bit later on because we're getting ready to fry our schnitzel. We're going to put that in here, and we'll be right back with you. All right, our schnitzel's back from the refrigerator. That breading looks great on there, and that gravy's fantastic because me and Alan got to adding a little pinch of salt at a time till we got it perfect.
It was perfect.
He said, I haven't ate no breakfast. I could drink that right out of the gravy boat. It's so good. So let's make something else delicious. It's time to put this in here. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Sheila, come on over, get a close-up. All right, Alan, our oil is between 325 and 350. Take that cutlet right there and just put a tip of it in the oil and see if it starts sizzling. Then we'll know if the oil's hot enough. Oh, perfect. Lay her right in there.
Good to be.
Yes, perfect. Now we're going to cook this about 3-4 minutes per side until it's nice and golden brown. Then we're going to transfer this over to the paper towel, and then we're going to plate it up, and you're going to taste the most delicious schnitzel that Alan Edwards has ever made.
That's my favorite part.
Isn't that great? Oh, man. And you said you didn't have breakfast, well, you're getting ready to have lunch. We'll turn this in just a second.
Look at that.
Now, Alan, go ahead and turn that. That's actually only been in there about 2 minutes, but I can see around the edge. Oh, perfect. Look at you. Man, oh,
I feel
man.
like a pro.
The Alan Edwards restaurant will be opening soon. And Uncle Alan will be doing all the chef work.
Make your reservations now.
Make your reservations now. Plus, it's dinner and a show.
I can't beat that.
Because they get to hear you sing and also taste your cooking. Folks, underneath there, I already put the address there. I'm going to put it again at the end. But go and watch his performance. If you want to book his show on the road, man, you can get a hold of him, his Vicky, his manager. They're wonderful people to work with, and what a show he puts on. All right, let's give this about another minute or two on this side till it's golden brown. We'll be right back with you. All right, this side's been about 3 minutes. We want to make sure the pork is done. I'm turning the handle because I want you to transfer that right over to this paper towel. Put it on one side so we can, oh man.
Look at that.
Look at
Isn't that
there.
Something?
All right, plop the other one in there. By the way, that's yours. I'm going to eat the first one. No, I'm just kidding. Looky here. All right, we're going to give this another 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4, depending upon how hot the oil stayed there, and then we're going to turn it. We'll see you in a minute. You're doing a great job, Alan.
Thank you.
But you don't talk enough. See, I talk all the time when we're cooking recipes. I'm going, you just like that. I'm yak, 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 and now it's his turn. Because when I think of Alan Edwards, I think of tours and shows all over, but I think of Atlantic City. And why do I always associate you with Atlantic City?
Well, you know, we were very fortunate. I just signed my 9th year in a row in Atlantic City, and we just set a record last year for 8 years in a row. And we made the Hall of Fame there for entertainment. So,
Well, now let's say this. You made the Hall of Fame in Atlantic City, but compare that to, I'm going to have you do a little bragging here. Sinatra didn't work 9 years there.
no, he was like 5 years signed in a row, and we broke that with 6.
Fantastic. Now, you got a big Christmas show in Atlantic City?
Yes, we do. We're going to be doing a Christmas production show there, and it's awesome too, because at the very ending, the finale of it, we do White Christmas, and the whole arena seats about 2,500 people, is full of snow.
It snows
it's
in the
snowing
whole entire
in the arena.
Anytime it's December and you're in Atlantic City, where do you perform at?
At Resorts Casino
At Resorts Casino.
in Atlantic City. It's right on the boardwalk. It's been there. It's the oldest casino in Atlantic City.
Wow. You know, I've never caught that show. Of course you performed. I helped do some promotion stuff on some of your video productions. I just think you're one of the greatest entertainers I've ever seen. I do comedy. I don't do what this guy does. You sang fantastic.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
you better turn the schnitzel or you're going to burn it.
Yeah, but don't mess that up.
All right. Yeah,
Look at
looks,
that.
looks good right here. Beautiful thing.
Perfecto.
In fact, I'm actually going to pat the top a little bit too, just to get the rest of the oil to make our schnitzel look perfect. Man, looky here, looky here. Now we're going to plate this up, and there's a little bit to this. I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way so we can move everything front and center, and then we'll show everybody what I'm getting ready to tell you about how they serve schnitzel. It's kind of unique, but it's really cool. See you in a second. You know, I think you've been lying to me. This is not your first schnitzel, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did a great job. Now, here's something unique. When they serve schnitzel, traditionally, it's served with a cucumber salad and potato salad.
Okay.
I changed it a little bit, and Sheila, come on over here and I'll show you what I changed, okay? Like I said, they normally serve this with a cucumber salad. Now, all you folks out there that are watching, make your favorite cucumber salad, but here's what I did. I went to the store and bought a jar of sweet and spicy pickles. And I put them on a little bed of power lettuce right here. And these are just sweet and spicy and crunchy pickles. They're not the traditional cucumber salad. My mouth is just salivating, it's so good. But that's what I'm going with, because I think once you take 2 or 3 bites of your schnitzel and the other stuff they're getting ready to put on here, you're going to want to kind of cleanse your palate, almost like being at a sushi bar where you take a little bit of ginger every now and then. This will be perfect. Now we're going to do one other thing. We need a dollop of potato salad right here, and we're going to lay the schnitzel on top of it. Looking pretty good there. A little bit more, I think. That's fantastic. Beautiful. Same thing right over here. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome. That looks great, Al. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to let you have the honors. Grab your little tongers there. And I want you to lay one of these on each one. Don't turn it over so we don't know who gets one, which piece.
I do know.
All right. And the same thing, lay that on top of that potato salad. And this is how it's served traditionally. I kind of like to leave it at a little angle so you can kind of see the potato salad sneaking out the side. Oh, wait, it gets better. You know that gravy we made?
You can't leave that out.
We're going to drizzle that across here too. That way you can see about 1/3 of it on each side. Take your spoon or your fork, because it's really thick now. Here's a spoon for you.
Okay.
It thickens up so much. Yeah, you could just actually, instead of trying to pour it out of that thing, we made it thick.
Yeah, it is thick, isn't it?
Oh, man. Beautiful. Oh, golly.
Is that enough?
Yeah, and same thing over here. Looky you, looky you. I'm telling you what, this guy, he's just going right to culinary school. And here we go to top this off. You know those greens that you cooked up earlier to make this gravy? I saved a little bit of them here to just garnish the top of each one of these. And voila. We got to pose. That's all there is to it. Pick up your plate. I'll pick up mine. Let's hold them next to each other. Tilt it a little bit this way. See if we can't get the cucumbers aim in the right direction. How we looking, Sheila?
Oh, looking good.
All right. See, we paused just for a moment so Sheila could get a close-up shot of me and Alan with our schnitzels here, so we could put it as the thumbnail on our channel. And now
The favorite part.
it's time for the taste test. Let's give it the verdict. I'm going to drag a little gravy over here to the side. And I'm going to cut a little corner off this schnitzel. Look at here, done perfectly white all the way through by Master Chef Alan Edwards.
I'll tell you, when you got it, you got it.
Way to try this. Wow. I'm not sure I'd ever get to the pickles. Now I gotta confess, the pickles are store-bought, the potato salad is store-bought. We have a potato salad recipe on our channel. Check it out, it's fantastic. But
That is out of this world.
I wanted to do it quick because I really wanted to concentrate on having Alan pound the schnitzel out flat and make it just absolutely tasty.
Let me move the camera down a little bit so I can see more of the plates.
All right. Time for bite number 2. Hey, you know what I forgot?
What?
The lemons. Grab that bowl of lemons right there. You take one and I'll take one. Give it a little squeeze over the top of your schnitzel. Then it's served with lemon wedges. What did I do? I forgot all about it. In fact, Sheila's going to have that pitcher now with no lemon wedges in it, but that's just tough. But that's what you're supposed to do. Take a little bit of that lemon juice and drizzle it over your schnitzel, and then
Try that again now.
try the rest of it. I've been trying to get Alan to stop eating long enough to say AlanEdwardsTheSinger.com, but I'm going to say it for him because he says this stuff
too good.
is absolutely too good. We hope you enjoy this recipe. In fact, we hope you subscribe to our channel. Little Shotgun Red's face is going to pop up here somewhere. In fact, let's kind of fudge over here just a little bit. Me and you got to go that way. Because I got to put Shotgun Red's face over here, and then I'll put some other videos down here at the very end, and that way we got room to get it in the shot. Are we still in the frame there, Sheila?
You are.
Looking great. And we hope you click on subscribe and click on that little bell so you'll be notified. And is this the best schnitzel you ever made or ever ate in your entire life? You got to say, if it ain't, it ought to be. If it ain't, it ought to be. He said it half mouthful. That's great. Check out his website. Check out any of his live performances out on the road. And if you want to bring the Alan Edwards Show to your hometown, your theater, your festival, whatever, check it out at his website. Alan, thanks for coming over here and cook.
Believe me.
You did a great job. Sheila, say goodnight, Sheila.
Good night, Sheila.
Say goodnight, Vicki.
Good night.
We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Bye-bye for now.